plenty of time. When you were offered a very low rent on an unfurnished flat, you weren't going to turn it down, especially when you were going to be living on a bursary for 6 months. "Fancy a beer?" he asked. "I picked up a couple of cold ones from the shop down the road." "A beer?" Steve looked at his watch, and then down at the instructions he was following, and then scrunched up his face. "Why not? This is doing my head in. It's a 2-man job, so I can't do any more at the moment." He rose to his feet. Leo grinned. "You'd better tell me where the kitchen is. All I've had time to do is dump my bags." "Up the stairs. This place is upside down for some reason." The other man scowled. "The kitchen and the lounge are up there." Leo thought it sounded fun. "Cool. Great views, I'm guessing, as we're top of the building." "Not my idea of fun, traipsing up the stairs all the time. But I'm not the one who'll be living here." "Oh!" Leo, following him up the stairs, paused, suddenly grateful for this news. "It's my girlfriend. I'm helping her move in. Staying the weekend. Took the shuttle, drove through France, Belgium, Germany. Took 15 hours. "Oh, right. Well, nice to meet you." That explained the suspicious look, thought Leo. He wasn't vain, but he also wasn't stupid. Steve carried on. "She's here on a cultural placement with some brewery. It's a bloody long way to come to learn how to make lager, if you ask me." "No sympathy, mate," said Leo, with a forced grin, feeling solidarity with his unknown flatmate, delighted to find he'd have something in common with her. "I've got the same bee in my bonnet. I'm doing a placement too." All he'd been told was that he'd be sharing an apartment with another European who was on the same scheme to further knowledge of Czech culture, produce and industry. If they were also into beer, that was a big tick. There was an induction meeting on Monday, where he'd meet his brewery sponsor and find out where he'd be working for the next 6 months. Although securing the placement was pretty prestigious and had been fiercely contested, he was actually more interested in the prize that was up for grabs during the placement. There was an amazing opportunity, at least amazing to him, to win a couple of brewery tanks as well as all the equipment to fit out his own small craft brewery. On paper, it sounded relatively simple. Create a bespoke beer, along with a marketing and distribution plan that needed to demonstrate how he would raise the profile of Czech beer in the UK. The winner would be the headline beer at the newly established Christmas Beer Festival. It would be an amazing publicity opportunity. He wondered how many of the other people who'd snagged a placement would be interested in winning their own brewery kit. He stopped dead as they walked into the lounge area, grinning when he spotted the unexpected roof terrace. "Now that's a bonus." Steve shrugged his heavy shoulders. "Suppose, if you like looking at roofs. Be better with a decent view, like the sea or a beach or something." "Bit difficult here. I'm pretty sure the Czech Republic is landlocked. Although cool that you can visit 4 different countries crossing the border." Steve looked at him as if he were talking gibberish. Thank God Steve wasn't staying, thought Leo, as he carried his smaller rucksack into the kitchen. Maybe he took a while to warm up. "Watch your head," warned Steve. Why anyone would put a kitchen in here, I don't know. Every wall has a sloping ceiling. Complete botch job and a bloody nightmare. I'd have stuck the kitchen at one end of the lounge and made it open plan. Leo bit back the words, "I'm sure you would." He rather liked the quirky kitchen, with its wood-framed Velux windows. It felt rather like an eyrie at the top of a mountain, with views from every window. He opened a couple of cupboards before finding some suit.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.